Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number R116EDPH Exit Device Protector, EDPH. So this is a large contraption made of stainless steel. The material has been bolted together down here, welded on mounting plates up here, and this piece of equipment is while they are certainly not inexpensive, I can tell you that if your exit device is, like most grade 1 exit devices, they are several hundreds of dollars, $1,000+ $2,000, $3,000. So having a piece of equipment like this in certain applications is absolutely, we don't sell a lot of them, and it's probably because of the cost. But they're really worth their weight in gold. A very typical application for an exit device protector is going to be obviously in cross-corridor applications, where imagine you have a long corridor and it is a condo building and you have garbage chutes on either side of the stair tower. So it's a rectangular building. You've got elevators in the center, freight elevator, garbage chutes coming down, okay? Garbage comes down, fills up the dumpster twice a week. They take it, or whatever it is, get it to the cross corridor in the lower level, and then push that all the way down to the dock area. Well, you've got exit devices on some of those doors, or you just have mortise locks with trim, and moving those 2.5-yard dumpsters down that cross corridor that's already narrow to begin with. You probably won't even realize you hit it, because of the size of what you're moving through it. So having this sort of device is really intended as you're coming through to obviously permit you to deflect off and away from hitting the material that you would like to protect. Okay, obviously you have to be mindful to not cover up your actuating area. The issue with this that would strike me as of somewhat of concern, and this has to be thought out in advance. How much of the door do you have to have with an actuating bar on it? As I was about to say, the question really becomes what is the amount of actuating length that you need to have on the door? About half of the door width, right? Isn't that what code is saying? So you get into a situation where you have to be mindful. This is already 10-inch overall width, according to the drawing, and frankly, it looks a little bit longer than that in real life. But yeah, it's 10-inch. How much of your device will be covered by the mounting rail insert, just the slide cover? That's going to go inside of here. Your end cap will reside obviously somewhere inside of here. So you need to be able to already be working on an understanding of how wide is my door, how wide is my actuating portion of the exit device, and can I fit, if my exit device, if I need to basically have from the end of this about every bit of 5-inch just to get it installed, maybe 5.5-inch, so that my end cap can reside in here and maybe just slightly over here. Okay, maybe another 5-inch. You'll have to be sure that that's going to work. The fact of the matter is, it really ought to, but I can certainly see a need to be able to have to trim those devices down to account for these, because a typical grade 1 exit device for a 3-foot door, that's going to pretty much run a lot of the width of the door, right? So you've got about 5.5-inch, I would guess, right about here to here. So be mindful of that. The interior clearance appears to be about 4-inch. Okay, about 4-inch. With some planning, with understanding of what has to be done, and understanding of the overall length of the device and the width of the actuating portion and what you're mandated by code to have as actuating percentage of the entire door width, I think you'll be in good shape with this. So Okay, now the extended description down below this video. Let's take a closer look at it. Exit device protector, stainless steel, satin finish. So this is stainless in a satin finish. It's type 304 stainless. That's got to be every bit of 5/16 thick, or 3/8. Let's take a closer look at that. They've got a center to center of 8.5 inch. They must obviously be meaning this center to center. Okay. 8.5 inches is what they're meaning. Overall height up here about 7 5/8. Center to center of these mounting points vertically, that's going to be about 6 1/4 or so. Oh, it's 6 inch. 6 inch. The height of the bar stock, 1.5 inches. Thickness of the material, I don't see that that's given, but we're going to test it right now. Yeah, it's 3/8, 0.371. So 0.371 thick. That's pretty substantial material thickness. What they're giving us here is 3 each, 1/4 20, 2 1/4 inch through bolts with finish washers is what this is. So you're going to mount this through the door. You're going to have these countersunk or finish washers. Those are these stove bolts or flathead machine bolts. Those are 1/4 20. They will allow you to go through the door. They're going to be the appropriate length for an 1 3/4 door. Obviously, if you have an unusual door thickness, indicate that, and we'll ask the factory to send those bolts at the proper length. Probably be unusual to have something other than 1 3/4. And they say suitable for use with exit devices that project less than 3 5/8 from door surface, i.e. the Von Duprin 33, sure, 98, 99, Yale 7000, Corbin Russwin ED 5000, they have ED 500, and then all of the knockoffs of all of the above. 3 5/8 is what they're looking at. We measure that inside clearance, and with some planning, I think you'll be able to use this to great effect. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Mounting Drawing. Okay, so the mounting drawing really just is an overview of the solutions to the damage on doors that can occur, and specifically to their trim, and that's where you're really going to see that. They're using it obviously to push a door open. Sure, you know, I'm thinking that you're going to, of course, already unlatched the door unless it's dogged open. Cross corridors, really where I'll see those from these types of bars, where you're walking parallel to the door. So this model is this would be considered a heavy-duty series, and that's because of the thickness of the stainless, that 3/8. And the 116 is going to be considered down on the bottom of page 2 of that document, where you will see in particular the exact model that we're talking about. The installation's instructions call for you to remove the exit device from the door, field cut hinge end of exit device as needed to mount exit device protector. So obviously if you're retrofitting, like I said earlier, you're probably going to have to trim that down a bit. You'll want to also be mindful to determine first, where is, if any, a dogging mechanism. If you were to need to cut the device down 4 inches, will you get into cutting off your dogging mechanism? If it's a fire-rated door, you wouldn't have a dogging mechanism. Actually, if it is a fire-rated door, and the part I've just realized is that this is not listed, so be mindful. There is not a listing that is indicated on this product. Let's actually look at the product brochure and see if if that's just simply not correct. Yeah, there is no mention that this is a product approved for installation on a fire door. So be mindful that if this were to be discovered on a fire door, it would be found to be in violation of that. So be mindful. No fire doors. Back to the installation instructions. Reinstall, after you've cut it down, a 1/4 inch minimum from touchpad. Field cut hinge end of exit device as needed to mount exit device protector, EDP. Should be centered over the exit device, okay, and spaced a 1/4 inch minimum from the touchpad. Yeah, this shouldn't encroach over the touchpad at all. If they're saying that it should, I'm going to say that it shouldn't, because the code's clear about having that space. Just because the exit device touchpad is at least 50% of the door width doesn't mean you can then cover it up and then fall below 50%. Reinstall exit device on door by drilling new holes for mounting bracket. Yeah, sure. The end cap. And be mindful of that as well. When you cut your exit device down, you're going to have some end cap holes that are not going to be covered up. Maybe these are the reasons we don't sell a lot of them, right? Position the exit device protector over device and mark center to center for screw holes. Drill 5/16 holes for the 1/4 20 through bolts, and then mount the EDP. Yeah, it makes sense. You drill a 5/16 hole for all of this. On that same document, and on the balance of that product brochure, or really what it is installation instructions, it does give you a really nice way to be able to look at the different models that are available. The 1230, 1240, 1250 series might be appropriate for your exit device applications, so be sure to review all of it before you make a final determination. The one that we probably sell the most of would be the 2230, 2240, 2250 series models that are there. Just the U-shaped bars really is what I'm driving at. Then there is the link to the document that is called product brochure. And that will give you the ability to review this device, along with its sister product, the R116EDPH. Low and high. This would be the high model. The L is going to be for exit devices that simply project less off of the face of the door. That Sargent 80 series sits a little closer to the door. The discontinued Monarch 17, that's petite. The Precision Apex, I think that's a 2000 series. That's obviously a little bit smaller as well. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Rockwood, this is their part number R116EDPH. This is in a satin stainless steel, solid stainless with a brushed finish, or any other Rockwood product. Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.